Okay, our curator is clean from offenses. Now we are going to get infected. Instead of opening again the subpoena, let's actually do it differently here. Let's say that by clicking on a malicious link, I download that and execute that file. So HTTP TTP 172.16.60.124, which is the Kali machine. That malicious link put me to download the mylove.exe that we have seen before. And I download this. This can be also subverted, but let's say that this is a Adobe update or whatever, so you click on it. So I have it in here. Now I'm going to run it, and by doing that I get this first session, and of course QRadar have detected this. But let's actually, while we wait a minute or so for the logs and the offense to make sure that it's fired, let's actually go into that session. Session 1 interactively and ask for a show. And what we're going to be doing is in this file, which is also in my notes folder under this section, I have this persistent2 document, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to modify the registry to put in this entry the path to the mylove.exe I just downloaded. Let me copy that into the clipboard. Let's actually go into QRadar and see what QRadar have seen out of the initial attack. As you see, it detected that that machine ran that mylove.exe. Let's display the rules as we typically like to do to see what is it that QRadar saw. And it saw that I was using Meterpreter and that malicious process. But let's say that I ignored these for any reason. Let me actually close this offense and I forget about it. And the attackers are very patient. They can be miles away and they know that they are not in a hurry. So let's say that a month passes by, or actually I haven't achieved persistency yet, so I need to do that immediately before the guy shuts down the machine or log off or those whatever. So in order to do that, all I need to do is paste that file and complete it successfully, and I have an escalated privilege. I'm just if I do who am I, and just the IA user without any particular privileges. Well, there's nothing I need to do here. I can actually exit this. I can even exit the Meterpreter. I can kill the sessions. With the uppercase K. So no sessions. Okay. Now, let's say that the guy logs off, and I can even delete the mylove.exe if I wanted to, right? So I don't leave any trace. Well, I cannot delete it because I'm going to need it actually for running. But let's say I put it into a less conspicuous place, like the dashboard. So let's actually log off, trying to keep the video short. If we log off and we log in again, this is a Windows evaluation machine, so we know the password is capital PASSW0RD exclamation mark. When I log in, pang, you see it there. I got a session. I have achieved persistency. Say that a month later I go and put my trap, and when the guy logs in, boom, I know that the guy is actually back. Well, let's see what QRadar can see out of that. Remember that we deleted or cleared the previous offense, and here we see that I did that malicious modification of the registry for persistency. You can actually see the two events in here. and that I modify the registry. And while I was doing that, the events from the fact that I log in there also came. So instead of 2 events, we now have 5. We can actually display the rules, and let's see the actual events, and we see that the image loaded. This is the fact that I ran the mylove.exe program that we see it there. So as you see, not always I need to escalate privileges to achieve persistency. And again, I'm not, there are probably hundreds of techniques of this. I just want to give you the idea of some of them working. An important thing is your last line of defense, having your sysmon sending those details message from the kernel. This is a Microsoft product. And having QRadar with all those wonderful almost 300 rules, being able to detect these malicious things. You don't need those 2 things, those 2 rules to fire. Only one of them will be enough for an offense to trigger that invites you to investigate what happened with that particular machine.